Hello everybody! I do believe it is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. Also, yes, my model is a little less smooth as before, but that's because I have a reason why. I'm home. Anyway, let's fire up the game. Please. 3, 2, 1, and... Gotta wait for it to load. Always just that timing again, huh? That's the wrong title screen for the content we are about to run. Because we are doing some Shadowbringers. Also, you may notice the text is back on the text on the left side is back on screen now. And again, that's because we're back on my home setup, so I don't have the ultra wide. I should look into it. I should honestly look into getting an ultra-wide monitor. Monitors. Peripherals. Monitors. $144. This is the resolution I want. Anyway, we were doing the Eden raids, and for that, I have something. I did actually jump in and there it is. I did actually go ahead and do this. I got the Eden Gate lamp. And there it is. Let's do this. Away with the fairy. The Alphard has arrived in Mortsuk bearing impertinent information. Oh, pertinent information. There we go. Ah, there you are. I am part of the team helping with the highly classified and very secret thing. The fact of the matter is, I've come to inform you of a rather interesting development. It's about the girl who was brought back from the empty. She's finally woken up, you see. Golfert! And Knazy too! We heard the news from Thancred. Is it true? Why, yes, it most certainly is. Although apparently her name is Gaia. She claims to be a free citizen of Yulmore, although she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. She's lost her memory? Parts of it, at the very least. We also cannot be sure whether she's telling the truth or if it's merely a ruse. She's yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. And Thancred's with her now, is she? Yes, he's taken her to Yulmore, mainly to verify that what she's told us so far. Quiz the locals, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they're taking rather longer than I anticipated. I do hope nothing is amiss. That's right, raid gear. Good grief, are you always this slow? At this rate, it'll be dark again before we know it. The night sky returning is all well and good, but it does make each day seem awfully short. How are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act as if you've got a purpose, would you? Now look here, I'm not one of your servants. Why don't you try carrying your own luggage for a change? Thancred, you're back! You're a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Riange. Gaia and I have just finished shipping her personal effects from Yulmore. I'm glad we could finally meet. Properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything useful? Other than where she lives, not an awful lot. Her supposed neighbors barely knew the first thing about her. Hells, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Yulmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she'll regain her memory if she accompanies us. And so she invited herself to join our merry band. And for her first act, she ordered me to carry her luggage. If you insist on standing around talking, why don't you just find a place to sit down first? My feet are killing me. Jeez, lordling. Then perhaps you should have chosen more sensible footwear. Still, it's not such a bad idea, shall we? Got so many things I want to ask, but I probably shouldn't bombard her with questions. Amnesia. 'Tis troubling, though not entirely unexpected. Well, I've given you my earlier impression of Gaia, but I would be interested in hearing your opinion. Go on and talk to her and see if what you can make of her situation. Now listen here, Gaia. You will tell us everything you know. So you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us, not falling unconscious? Such selective amnesia would rightly raise suspicion within those of a cautious mind. Yet if she doth speak the truth, it would lend credence to my current hypothesis. Though, admittedly, some further. It's not now, Riange. She's only just woken up. We don't want to bore her back to sleep. In any case, I prefer to follow my instincts, and they're telling me that Gaia means us no harm. After much deliberation, I thought it only right to let her know about our work in the empty, as a sign of goodwill. After all, trust works both ways. Though I would ask you, Knezi, to not let your guard down just yet. So you're the one I'm supposed to have fought. Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere. So you should, considering you tried to kill me. Well, if Thancred's version of events is anything to go by, you weren't exactly holding back yourself. Still, it seems I didn't give you much of a choice but to defend yourself, so let's call it even. Not that I have any recollection of it. It's like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading to this. They'll speak as though no didst expect these events. I guess you could say that. It's what the fairy tells me. I can't see it, but it's as though there's someone else inside me. And I can hear its voice in my head. It whispers to me and lets me use its power. Magic, I suppose you could call it. Not that I know much about this sort of thing, but that sort of thing. And this power alloweth thee to tear open the fabric betwixt realities, that thou mayest call forth the ether denizens of what remaineth of the 13th. What's that supposed to mean? Was that supposed to mean something, or are you just spouting random words at me? How? How are we summoning Void Sense to the first without going through the source first? Honestly, I don't know how you put up with all this. Only just met him and his insufferable prattle has already given me a headache. God, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation. And to think that I was flying about in a suit of armor waving a sword. That doesn't sound like me at all. Ah, understood. Someone else inside you. Like Minfilia was inside me. Aye. Aye, the similarities cannot be ignored, though it is too early to say with certainty. Gaia may well be the Oracle of Darkness. Oracle of Darkness? What does it mean? It means you may have been right when you said she has something in common with Emmett Selk. Those who have been used as a living host by an Ascian have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. I know this from personal experience. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they are a little hazy. Moreover, she has remained in control of herself even when she heard the voice within. Much like you and Minfilia. And though Reen was very much her own person, Minfilia's presence did exert a change upon her outward appearance, granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of our dear departed friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia's raven locks may be a manifestation of the darkness which have come to reside within her. I was born like this, and my parents, they both had black hair too. Or at least I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them, I can't remember too well. But enough about me. You're Minfilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Lights, who they were hosting in Yulmore. That's right, though imprisoning is a better word. They kept me locked away, and I don't know much about Yulmore and its people, or the rest of the world for that matter. I see, and how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the Warrior of Darkness? Well, it all started when... And so Reen gives a little recap. Yes, I still remember the day everyone raving mad and Lord Vorfrey fled. Everything after that is still a blur, though. From what Guy has told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us. But how was she able to resist Vorfrey's control? Mayhap it was the intervention of this fairy of whom she speaketh. As curious as that may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight. It's just a guess, but I'd say that the fairy reacted to it in some way and for whatever reason made me go after it. Yes, it seems like the only explanation. But enough about... But don't know about you lot, but I've had enough nattering. I'm going back to Eden. What? But why? The fairy wants something from Eden, and knowing what it is will bring me close to discovering exactly what has been living in my head all these years. Besides, my memories aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat. So I'm going, and that's that. Gaia, wait! Insufferable. Utterly insufferable. And we can't well leave her to her own devices. Come on. She can't have gone far, especially not in those heels. Get away from me! Get away from me! Uh-oh. Fucking leg it. Seems I've no choice. Oh, the delayed one. And this is that attack that was used. That's that type of attack that she used. Enough. What am I? I am guessing here. And this is just a random guess, but Asian. Not entirely sure what I just witnessed, but I'm glad she's unharmed. Powers befitting the Oracle of Darkness. When you fought Gaia, she opened void gates, yes? Back in the source, portals such as those were all too common. Tearing open the veil between the 1st and the 13th is a different matter entirely. We should be thankful that she's not of a mind to turn that power against us. For now. A most fascinating application of ethereal manipulation. The destructive blast did manifest a significant span of time after the initial casting. With sufficient mastery of such a technique, a second spell could be made to smite the target at precisely the same moment. While it would demand exceptional ethereal control, its tactical potential cannot be denied. Gaia? What are you all gawping at? Don't mean to stare, but it's not Yeah, see magic like that. So it's the power of the fairy you spoke of. Ever since I was a child, it has whispered to me, telling me what to do. That's how I came to use its power. There are things I can't even explain. Holes ripped in thin air, terrifying creatures crawling out, ghastly looking blades and armor appearing out of nowhere. But what holds the dark energy that comes from inside? This power, it feels as though it's only flowing through me, and never truly mine. Going through me and never truly mine. And even when it answers my call, it always takes a few moments for the spells to work. In summary, you don't have control over the magic. Well, it's not as if I'd never tried to control it. I haven't made a habit of fighting wild beasts. Unfortunately, it's part and parcel of traveling through Amarang. And while I understand it, you want answers, you are not going to find them unprepared as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then we'll help you. Reen, think about what you're saying. You're seriously considering taking Gaia to see Eden. There's no telling what might happen if she loses control again. So the safest option is for her to stay away until our work is done. Somewhere we can keep an eye on her. You must realize it's for her own good. I must concur with Hankrid's assessment. At present, we know precious little of Gaia's origin and less still of her powers. And if she is indeed the Oracle of Darkness, her presence may complicate a task already fraught in peril. With peril, placing our mission and her own well-being in jeopardy. In full knowledge of the risk, dost thou still wish to pursue this course? I do. But it wasn't so long ago that I was living in isolation, being held against my will. Maybe the people keeping an eye on me thought that was for my own good too. But if we shut Gaia away for our own convenience, we're no better than Valkyrie and Ranjit. I've learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out to a helping hand, not push them away. Now it's my turn to do for Gaia what you've all done for me. Even knowing the danger that lies ahead, I won't choose the easy way out. This is the path I've chosen. Is that good enough for you? Oh, can't say fairer than that. How about you, Urianje? The light of thy spirit doth burn bright. Mine apologies, my dear. But we felt it necessary to test thy resolve. Let it suffice it to say thou hast left no room for doubt. For what it's worth, Reen, I never doubted you. But make no mistake, the danger that Rianje and I spoke of is all too real. If you're prepared to go through with this, we'll be right there beside you. It means a lot to me, thank you. I couldn't care less who I travel with. But if we're going to go, then let's get going already. It's supposed to be some sort of craft waiting at the southern watchtower, yes? Come along then and don't fall behind. Well, there's the inner journey's head. Check if Halric has a new line. Oh, nope, never mind. Would you like a nectarine? Would you like a nectarine? There we go. Couldn't you leave this craft in Mortsook instead of all the way out here? Actually, don't bother explaining. Whatever the reason is, I'm sure it's something frightfully uninteresting. Let's be about it, shall we? Though our circumstances have changed, our mission most assuredly have not. Restoring life to the empty remaineth our primary objective. Of course I'm worried about what may happen when Gaia gets close to Eden. We'll keep a close eye on her and make sure she is alright. Might be a tight squeeze with the 5 of us, but we'll manage. Perhaps Urianger can sit on top of our luggage. Everything seems fine here as far as I can tell. As for Gaia, she hasn't started attacking anything yet. So I'll take that as a good sign. As usual, we should keep our sojourn here as brief as possible. Let's tend to business quickly. I had hoped that, during our absence, the rebalancing of ambient ether might work further change. Alas, 'twas not meant to be. 'Twas not to be. So, there it is. Cutscene. Eden, where I'll find the answers I seek. The bringer of the flood, the first sin eater. Would it lead me to my past or my future? Yeah, same here. Then again, I wish that with more side quest chains. What waited on the path ahead, I couldn't say. But I had no choice but to take the first step. Wait, why do we have those thoughts? Why did we hear the thoughts? Kenji channel Dynamis. Blood and thunder. Gaia is lost in thought as she gazes towards the silent giant on the horizon. Oh, we're fighting Ramu. I know what it's like. It was the same for me. But luckily, because Fankrit freed me from Yulmore, and I had a chance to see the world. More importantly, though, I met all kinds of people, and they taught me not to live in another shadow, but to be myself. Maybe one day you'll have that chance too. Said your piece, have you? One day. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know how the great Oracle of Light sees such things. But for someone like me, there's only known life in Yulmore. There was no tomorrow. There was no future, only the here and now. And while we waste time on these meaningless conversations, I feel each moment of my life slipping away. Time, it won't wait. Not for me, not anyone, not for anyone. I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am. I'm sorry, Gaia. Gaia? It's probably not even my real name. It isn't? When Fankred asked me my name, I couldn't remember. That's when the fairy whispered to me, Gaia. If you grew up in Yulmore, surely someone there must know who you are. Everyone I once knew had either disappeared or had been turned into sin eaters. I did watch the keynote, yes. And I am excited. In the end, we found not a single person who so much as recognized me. Yeah, it was at 10 o'clock for me. So, yeah, that... Oh, you're on EDT. You're on US Eastern Time. It's 6 hours. Wait, that's very late then. Oh. Oh, yeah. Pacific. Good to know. In the end, we found not a single person who so much as recognized me. There we go. As far as I recall, I've never been the most sociable person, but still. I'm taking my shoes off. There's no reason for me to even keep wearing them, honestly. As far as I can... But still... Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what I'll call you. And if you're willing, instead of the Oracle of Light, please call me Reen. It's not the name I was born with, that's long forgotten now, but the one the people whom I consider family gave to me. Is that so? Well, as much as I'd love to keep up this chatting, there's something that's bothering me. I thought the fairy would have reacted to Eden in some way, but so far, nothing whatsoever. From what I gather, it isn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue. Perhaps if you were to actually try flying it somewhere, the fairy might break its silence. If you've got elements to restore or whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get it over with? You need to learn some manners. And you need to stop wasting my time. You're a bitch. Alright everyone, I think we talked for long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden. One moment. There we go. Now, let's get into the... Let's go to Eden's Call. My memories. I think they're slowly coming back to me. My mother and father would constantly blather about how the flood of light could return to end the world when we least expect it. And that we should live each day as though it were our last. And they would often say, I wish that moment would last forever. That was until they were selected for ascension by Lord Valfrey and were never to be seen again. Since I had no other relatives or even any close friends to speak of, I was left alone in the world. A past like that hardly seems worth remembering, does it? Reen's little chat with Gaia reminded me that for all our obvious differences, there are things we have in common. I too grew up not knowing who my parents were. The day Louis Soir gave me the surname Waters was one I'll never forget. Years later, it was under rather more desperate circumstances that I gave a certain young girl the name Ophelia. Little did I know that it would end up crossing time and space, taking on meaning I could never have foreseen. It came to be passed on to one girl after another, binding them to a fate not their own. In a sense, it may be said that I chose not only one, but two names for Reen. But by whatever name she is called, she is truly her own person now. And as central to our lives as names are, I believe that it isn't the name itself, but the bonds it symbolizes that matter most. Reen? I've done some reading about the land swallowed up by the flood, but it's it's no easy task to find locations with that dominant element. I'm glad we have Urianja to point us in the right direction. Following the initial changes wrought by the release of water and earth, the MT have displayed no further signs of alteration. Stability, as some may call this, and be satisfied. But in truth it is passivity. A passivity stemming from light's ever-pervasive presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must needs employ a catalyst. A third element that shall rouse and stabilize those unleashed energies and activity. Or rather, yeah. Therefore, I propose lightning. So the primal would be Ramu, yes? From what I've heard, he's a guardian of the forest and not particularly keen on conflict. But you've actually fought him, haven't you? He's half man, half beard, another half beard for good measure. Ah yes, Frankfurt mentioned that he more closely resembles a person than a beast, like most other primals. And apparently he tends to not move about much. I'm glad to see our lessons have paid off. Well, it's like you say. If we call forth an accurate representation of the primal, I should picture it in my mind as clearly as possible. At the very least, it's worth a try, but the rest is up to Knezi. In order for this to work, we need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting in one spot while you exchange anecdotes, why don't you get this blasted thing moving first? I must admit, the suggestion is not without merit. Reen, might I suggest the Gandalf Thunder Plains as our next location? These plains, it is writ, were perpetually blanketed in storm clouds. The only source of illumination, the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient ether that lingereth there shall provide ideal conditions for the summoning. And that's where we're heading. Come on, Eden. We've a job to do. This should be as good a spot as any. Alright, Kanazi, whenever you're ready. Memories of Ramu flash through your mind. Eden's verse, Fulmination. Huh? Oh, you're logged in. I mean, we currently have dual DPS, but... Oh! Yeah, let's go with... maybe a tank for short queues? I'll withdraw us and then re-queue when you've switched over. Okay. Here we go. You and... Hey, if you want, you can hop into the voice channel as well.
Hello.
Hello. Also, yes, you are. Wait, let me just refresh the page. See if it actually picks up. Yes, it does. Good. Yeah. I always say what I think of the Eden raids. Yep, we're traumatizing this poor lizard.
Lizard?
the wolf gets to experience the trauma.
Ah.
Because let's be honest, we are dealing with basically those primals, but drawn up from memory, so yes. If they had a bad time then, they're gonna have a worse time now.
Oh no. I rather enjoyed those fights. I have to say I've never actually tanked any of them before.
Well, you're a warrior, so yeah, fell cleave time.
Yep.
Just unga bunga fell cleave. Dang it. There you are. For E5 and still need 1 tank to heal 3 deeps. Nice. Caleb immediately just runs off. Yeah. I get the appeal of ultra wides now. You can just see.
I can understand. I understand some people enjoy ultra wide, but I went, that's a little expensive. I'm just gonna bolt 3 different monitors up together on my desk.
Yeah, I'm seeing one on my. I'm seeing one going for 269 with a refresh rate of 180 hertz.
Don't buy LG though.
Yeah, I'm talking a Philips. Plus, my 2 main monitors are also older LGs, so. So probably not the ones that are affected.
Well, just to be safe, the one LG monitor I do have is not connected to my computer anymore.
Yeah, mine doesn't seem to be affected by it. Anyway, last raids here, I got literally all the loot.
Yeah, I will be passing on everything.
You got it all as well?
I have 0 interest in picking it up, because in order to actually make use of it, you need to be doing the Savages to get the books, so that you can dye it.
Ah.
Besides, my glamour chest thing is way too full right now.
Full up on glams.
I've actually been emptying it because of the changes to the armoire.
Oh.
So I've been pulling them out of the glamour chest and dumping them into the armoire.
I just realized I still had an unredeemed minion. I mean, well, I've been selling the materia I get out of this quest line on the market board. Making a good amount of gil from it. Here we are, just waiting. Then again, it's FanFest, so probably not... A decent chunk of the player base is probably in Germany.
Yeah, and this is also Chaos, so...
We're not... Yeah. This is not really an area known for raiding. I should have DC traveled to Light for this.
It's okay. By about 2, 3 p.m. my time, raids are done. You can't raid on Chaos worth of crap.
2, 3 p.m. for you is... Yeah.
That's like the middle of the night over in Europe, so... Makes sense.
Yeah, right now it's 7:52 where I'm at. I mean, you can see it up here, so why do I even tell you that? Ah, never mind. Plus, it doesn't help that this isn't really... normal difficulty is not really all that popular content.
You know, actually, that would be a great sort of feature, possibly. People in your friends list, it shows what time of day it is for them.
That's honestly a good feature to add in. Of course, that would require them to actually track what...
Them to be online. If they're not online, then it wouldn't show, because it's like, why bother putting the resources in there?
Yeah, or just add a separate time zone field. Also, I love the comment I added to my adventurer plate. Wow, wow, it's already gone up to 7 minutes.
Yep.
What is average wait time? Time elapsed is already above 10.
Yep. We're pushing the average up.
We are confirmed above average. Now it's an average wait time 10 minutes. Lalafell do just have adorable animations.
I have two different Lalafells. There's this one, and then there's one on North America.
Uh-huh.
This one I play as a sweet, cute little Lala, and the other one goes maximum goblin.
Ah, yes.
Headcanon.
Ah, I see it.
In all honesty, this dress as dancer is insane because you're doing all that twirling and such, and the dress just fans right out and looks almost blade-like.
Ah, you just cut them.
Cut what?
You just cut your enemies with that. Yeah, that's what metallic does.
People are asking about maps.
Yeah, I can see it, but I don't have that.
I'm gonna hold off for now.
And now we're just waiting for one more tank, one more DPS, and both healers. I have this feeling that because of FanFest, the average end time for raiding on Chaos is earlier.
Yeah, when I saw the announcement that, hey, you can bring your bird into dungeons now and you and a friend can bring your birds into a dungeon, and now you have a full party. I'm thinking,
A light party.
You better buff those birds up.
You better start training the burbs.
Well, mine's maxed out, and it does not hold threat as a tank. Its healing is meh, and DPS it's basically supplemental. So it adds some. It is nowhere near as strong as another player.
Yeah, for me it's not quite as much yet.
You better get some onions and start training that.
But where do I get the onions?
Thavian onions, I just bought them on the market board as I was training up my Chugaboo. FC might be making them.
Let me check.
So,
Tonto plants. Kookaroo beans. Nope. But I heard it was actually being bitten. I hear the people of our FC that are actually at FanFest are having fun.
that's good.
Oh, yep, there's onions.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. It's a full party. Eden's verse. Fulmination.
There's no turning back. Get ready!
Voiced!
Honestly, I love this theme song.
Wait, what? Ramu's not a centaur?
This is Ramu.
No, it's not.
It's a cross between Ramu and XIV, which is another sort of primal entity you can fight in a fate. It's the horse lightning primal.
Thou wouldst forge this world anew. I, Ramu, shall test your worth.
Two stabs are coming down.
Visual.
For the shorter one.
May 11.
Far side of the short one.
Judgment bolts.
Ooh. Yeah, you do not stand under that. Grab an orb.
Whirling of thunder.
This is gonna blow. This one is a blowing back.
Notes, don't stand in. Okay, note to self. Don't stand in the hole. Don't stand in the middle.
There's going to be a short one. Go head towards the far corner. Yeah, grab an orb, I guess.
Grab orb.
Yep, definitely.
How many?
That's one. You grab 3, it becomes a debuff.
I got myself a tasty bone stack, by the way.
Do not. Oh shit, we're dead.
We're dead?
We are dead.
How?
Those two clouds should not have overlapped. We are screwed.
I live.
Okay, never mind. We survived that.
We ball. Happy feet. Wombo combo. I've lost my damage down.
Spears.
Far side. Far side is small.
Those cannot be. Fucking hell. This is gonna hurt. Grab an orb again.
Grabbed orb. Oh, that hurts.
Oh shit.
Off the edge. Well, half the raid is dead.
That works.
Oh, that was White Mage LB3.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Stand clear. Yummy, Volden stack. Yo, shattered. That hurts.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna take over the voice for... You wanna voice one of the characters here?
Oh no, I don't do that.
Ah. Alright, in that case, I'm gonna drop out a voice call, or at least I'm gonna deafen up while I do that. I had my eye on Gaia the entire time. The entire time you were fighting Ramu. And besides, the sort of reaction you might expect from someone watching you take on a half-man, half-flying horse thunder god, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. The fact that Eden itself also showed no signs of being affected by her presence can only be a good thing. But I understand if Gaia herself were more than a little disappointed that she is no closer to the answer she seeks. So, that thing was created based on your memories. Maybe there's a way we can use Eden to summon the fairy like that. Once again, it was a most superlative display of thy puissance. Now, I could not fail but notice. That body did belong to XIV, the fabled equine embodiment of lightning. Hast thou perchance encountered the beast? I thought I was prepared to expect anything, but I didn't expect Ramu to turn out quite like that. Appearance aside, he was quite aggressive as well. The sylph's belief in him was as a kindly guardian clearly makes a difference to his temperament. Anyway, I'm just glad it's over. Let's get back to the camp and see if anything's changed. Bum 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 bum. Oh. The crystals changed color. Oh, more dialogue. The crystal's a different color, but apart from that, it all looks the same. It may look the same, aye, but it feels different. The air has grown slightly more humid, as it does before rain. I have to say, I'm not exactly prepared for wet weather. If Eden can control elements and so on, can't you tell it to send those clouds somewhere else? Speaking of which, I'm not very impressed by its so-called powers. If changing yellow crystals to purple is the extent of its abilities, it's no surprise that the fairy didn't bother showing up. I hope that whatever's next is more worthwhile. Rather than influencing the ground beneath our feet, Eden have brought change to the firmament above. And yet it is clear that a more dynamic element is required for the natural cycle of precipitation and evaporation to be complete. So we need movement. Would wind do the trick? Would wind do the trick? Most certainly. It seems we have a plan. Let's not dwell too much on the effects of each individual element, and instead focus on seeing them all restored. Power of an oracle, not to be sniffed at, it seems. All my life you were a constant companion, your voice ever seeping into my mind. Why then, of all times, did you abandon me? Deaf even to the crashing of thunder? Or were you simply biding your time? I'm not sure what I was expecting to see after restoring the lightning elements, but I did feel a little disheartened. Still, as Franklin and Ryanji say, there are changes taking place, even if they're not immediately obvious. One plan fails to achieve the desired effect, so you move on to the next with minimal brooding and prattling. It seems we're finally learning. As much as I bemoan Ryanji's long-winded explanations, we'd be lost without him to take care of all the ethereal science and whatnot. Obviously, I'm quite sparing with my praise, as I wouldn't want it to go to his head. Into the firestorm. Ryanji's knitted brow almost certainly spells trouble, namely for you. Uh-oh. Ere we set out once more, might I ask if thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? I suppose so. Then thou shan't have difficulty understanding the explanation to come. With the restoration of our first element, the empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient in the cycle of precipitation: water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land's surface. As visible vapor, it is borne by the wind high into the firmament, where it doth condense as clouds before descending once more, returning to the land in the form of rain. It seems we need wind aspect of ether to create more clouds. Hasn't rained yet must mean there aren't enough. Even before that, we need fire aspect of ether to make the water evaporate. Seems to me that one's not much good without the other. Why don't you just draw out both elements together? Are you suggesting that Kinesi fight two deiform entities, each one as deadly as Ramu, at the same time? Do you realize how absurd that is? And yet, 'tis a notion that doth warrant further consideration. Oh, you can't be serious. Cast your minds, if you will, to the elemental wheel I did show you in the bookman's shelves. Wind giveth rise to lightning, whose spark doth produce fire. By restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we maintain balance between these dynamic elemental forces. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any Kinesi have ever faced. I believe, however, that this path doth lead to the prize we seek. Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all, eh, Fankred? I wouldn't dream of questioning Oriange's grasp on the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this world would place not only on Kinesi, but Reen as well. I trip over. I trip again. Classic me. Well, what do you both make of the plan? If Oriange thinks it'll work, I'm willing to give it a try. No words said, just understanding. As long as you know what you're letting yourselves in for, you're going to need all your strength. So see that you get plenty of rest. Gaia! Uh-oh. I have selected a location in which wind and fire aspected ether lie dormant. Though I shall wait until Reen have completed her preparations ere I dispense with the particulars. I'd rather Reen keep her mind on our work rather than worry about Gaia. Mind you, it might be better for her to clear the air before we go any further. I can't stand all this waiting around. Having grown up in Yulmore, I'm used to only living for the moment. We never had any reason to concern ourselves with later, tomorrow, the future, and so on. Those things simply didn't matter. After Lord Valfrey disappeared and the night returned, everyone in Yulmore started thinking differently. I was only there for a short time with Fankred, and I couldn't believe how much it had changed. It's almost as though under Lord Valfrey's rule, time had stopped moving altogether. When it ended, life went back to how it was supposed to have been. They realized that they had their whole lives ahead of them, to make plans, to look forward to a new day. It feels just like I'm the only one who can't move on. As if I'm still stuck in the past. What's worse, I could barely remember any of it. Even so, I can't stand the way they act as if the past never happened, choosing to forget it all. It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, she may be more willing to talk. Oh, yes, you're right. There's no use in trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. And in a minute? It's about Gaia, you see. Truth is, apart from Alida and Alphino, I hardly know anyone my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but well, you've seen how she is around me. I understand that she's got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, and I should probably just leave her be until we finish destroying the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. Is what I would have said once upon a time. It seems to me you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be a bit prickly, to put it mildly. But if anyone can get through to her, it's you. Even though we've only known her for a short while. We're all she's got. And I think she realizes that. Just let her know she's not alone and she'll come around eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? Thancred certainly has the gift of the gab. He'll know what to say. I'm afraid that since arriving in the first, I've had little time to mingle with any of the locals. And I haven't a clue what young women like Gaia would be interested in. That's giving me an idea. Start with some small talk and go from here. Go from there. Actually, before she even woke up, I've been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day, you see? So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all that studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. Captain's powers of observation make her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behavior of the Crystarium's citizenry. Yes, and now it's time to put that knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is key. Speaking from experience by any chance? Whatever do you mean? Lessons learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies fair, one might suspect. Gah, you couldn't help yourself, could you? It's alright, Thancred, your secret's safe with me. May I remind you that the reason we're here is to create a better future for everyone in the First, which includes you and Gaia. While it might not be on the same scale as bringing life back to the empty, if you're able to befriend her, that will be another way of contributing to a brighter tomorrow. Go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Reen is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best to observe the conversation from within earshot. Coincidentally, I was standing right there. I'm squatting. I should have... What do you want? Oh, nothing really. It can't wait until later. For all we know, there might not even be a later. If you've got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. Is everything alright? I'm not feeling strange from being around Eden or anything. Is that what you came here to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you. Would you like to go and have coffee biscuits with me? A date? What? Coffee biscuits. They served them at the second serving in the Crystarium. Everyone's talking about them, so I thought maybe once we finished our work here, you and I could go there together. So let me get this straight. You came to talk to me about biscuits. Yep, they're light and crispy, and when you dip them into coffee, they'll go all nice and squidgy. The only reason you're interested in that in the first place is because everyone else is doing it. Can't you think for yourself? I do what I want when I want. After all, the world could end at any moment. It's not going to happen. Not if I've got anything to do with it. To do with it? Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I do, but you mustn't lose hope. A new day will come. Then another, and another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance, you see? You'll see. Shut up. What do you think you know me? I don't even know who I am. Until I find the truth, I'll never be free. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss, and I don't want to see any more. And that includes you, Gaia. Why do you care so much about other people? Well, what have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how we Humorans treated you. A precious oracle of light, like a bird in a cage. And yet, you act as none of that ever happened. So forgiving, so selfless. You and your family brought back the night sky, and you finally had the chance to lead a normal life. But instead you're flying around in a giant sin eater trying to turn a barren wasteland into some sort of paradise. And for what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll see it through to the end. But if you think that makes us friends, you are very much mistaken. Gaia! I surmise that to keep Gaia waiting over long would only agitate her further. Bean's looking a bit down in the doldrums. But you let me worry about that. We can't allow anything to interfere with whatever goes on in your mind when summoning those primals. I think we've both rested for long enough. Let's get started, shall we? I hope it all goes according to plan. Not you as well. Look, I've had enough small talk to last me a lifetime. So don't even bother. I believe you have a job to do, yes? Then let's be quick about it. To defeat the deiform manifestations of both wind and fire shall require every last mote of thy strength, that thou hast triumphed over such beings in previous encounters should be at the forefront of thy mind as we can commence the summoning. That's a good idea. Where are we going this time, Orianjay? The place called Ashford will satisfy our requirements, I believe. The fables speak of travelers sweltering beneath the blazing heat of the midday sun, while after nightfall, slicing winds did tear at their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't quite be that bad when I draw the elements. Green, my dear. May I remind you that the focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, thou wouldst be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. That as well. May thy concern for her land... May thy concern for her lend thee yet more strength. Oh. It's time. I'll begin drawing out the wind and fire in equal measure. Kinesi, we'll only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit rage through your mind. Eden's verse, Furor. Furor. So, and I ask it and immediately get a sign off. How long has it been since our encounter with Ifrit and his Amalja followers? If we summon two primal at once, maybe they'll fight each other. That way you only need to be the one left standing. But I suppose it defeats the purpose of it if you don't take them both down at the same time. My studies indicate that no equivalent of Garuda's servants, the Ixal, are present. Oh. My hypothesis are unmute. It worked.
Both wind and fire have answered the call. Reed, are you alright?
I'll try to remember some of the stuff that comes up, but it's been a while.
Well,
I still deafened? Yeah, I am.
you were.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we're dealing with both. Are we first drilling down Garuda? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, whoa! Yummy Volta stack. Well, there goes the monk. Yes, we do. Rip our Dark Knight.
He's gonna kick that.
That was literally a full ball. How do we make him so fucking athletic? Not so easily best. Yep. I'm guessing both need to be taken down at the same time. Oh, fusion dance. Whoa. He who soareth on wings of crimson. Now fall. Set the ring ablaze!
You see why I didn't want to try to tank this, right?
Yeah, it's... I'm guessing Conflict Strike is... This is Enrage, I'm guessing. Thou shalt defy me no more. Rock the clock.
Come on.
Down they go. On burning wings they die. Dunk. Okay, I'm going back into cutscenes now. Combining the contrasting powers of of different primals. It seems a lot like the Ultima weapon. In any case, I'm pleased to see that you were as successful here as you were at the Praetorium. For a moment, I thought Irene had lost control of the ether. Luckily, we managed to avoid any major disasters from what I can tell. That two such ferocious beings should meld into a single entity is frightful indeed. Further research must needs be performed to fully comprehend this unexpected phenomenon. That was incredible! I never imagined they would fuse together like that, but you took them down all the same. I suppose the main thing is that we're now two elements closer to restoring the ether of the empty. Let's go and see what difference it's made. Ba-bomb, bomb, ba-bomb. It actually worked, just like Ariane said it would. Everything we could have hoped for. Indeed, our endeavors have been repaid manifold. I wonder what will happen when we restore ice. Is something the matter? One more element, and then what? You'll have achieved the impossible while I'll still be... nothing. No memory, no past, no family, nothing. The world has moved on and left me behind. Anyone who ever knew me is either dead or gone. So, Almighty Eden, can you mend this broken world, but you can't restore one girl's memories? Give me my life back, damn you! I still hunger. Ah! Like awaken our true power. Just tell me who I am. You are. I am Gaia. Gaia, what's wrong? Reclaim your memories. Fulfill your destiny. I don't understand. Gaia, can you hear me? Get away from me! Amidst the sound of falling rain, your voice called from within. Long after the rain passed, your voice echoed on. Uh-oh. Just get it over with, would you? Oh, Gaia, if the fairy lives inside her, why would it let her suffer like this? I wish there was something I could do to help. Pray be on thy guard, my friend. Gaia may yet relinquish control to the voice within. Heart of Darkness. Frankfurt is looking particularly chipper despite the heavy rainfall. While this downpour is precisely the result of what we're hoping for, the novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Guy is looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue this conversation in Eden's core. What does it want? Why won't it tell me? I'm not sure what's going on with Gaia, but it's certain making a cause for concern. Perhaps this is the fairy making itself known. Now that I think about it, I don't really know all that much about Eden. Since we need to find out how it's connected to Gaia, I should try to understand it at a deeper level. To be honest, there isn't much else I can do. Ere we set forth to restore the element of ice, I would discuss the manner in which the summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is it going to bring the empty back to the way it was before the flood? While none can say for certain, the change we have observed at points of ethereal intersection doth give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to transform and, in the decades to come, regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you've quite grasped the sheer scale of the damage left in the wake of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Nymphilia hadn't stopped it. Even if Reen has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight. After all, the empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. It might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaiteth those of generations yet to come. You do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see. While here I am, so absorbed in my own problems that I spare barely a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long, I've listened to that voice telling me what to do, who to be. I was so scared of what might happen if I disobeyed. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? What am I? Perhaps it's better if I never find out. If Reen's the Oracle of Light, here to mend this broken world, what does that make me? Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness, bringer of misery and death. A monster. No wonder they left me. Mother, father, and next it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back where I started, where I've always been. Alone. Uh-oh. Gaia, is it the fairy? What's wrong? Afraid I might lose control and ruin all your carefully laid plans? No, it's you I'm worried about! Reen, I'm going outside to clear my head. You just do what you need to do, okay? Alright? Something's wrong, I know it. That much is clear. If we have a repeat of her first visit to Eden, we may be joined by those Voight-sent friends of hers. If you go and see what Gaia's doing, Rianja and I will stay with Reen. My name's Gaia. That's what you said, what isn't it? Eden, the flood, what does it all mean? No, can't be. Is this what it's been waiting for all this time? Finally, you remember. Ah! What is this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The accursed spawn of light are drawn to it, like moths to a flame. Pathetic, mindless, sinister. Now the time of awakening has come. Gaia. Alright. Daisy, Reen sends its Sin Eaters. What's happened? I think we found it. What's been plaguing Gaia? Don't try to find him. Just bring Gaia back inside. Quickly now. Just try and bring Gaia back inside. Quickly now. She is unconscious. Of course she is. What entity is this that should hold a horde of Sin Eaters in its thrall? And to what end? She's in a bad way, but at least she doesn't seem to have lost control. What's happened to her? That's a concern for later. First, we must deal with those sin eaters. Can I see if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without? I would ask Fankred to stand in guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. While Urianger watches over Gaia, I'll tend to any eaters that chance to slip inside. If there is much Eden can do to help. It's E7 end time. This is a pain. I'm gonna run ads now, so I know not how long this will take.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Let's hope Q pops quickly. I'm gonna quickly go to Mordona and get some more glamour dispellers.
I get those through the Grand Company.
How many seals was it again?
Forgot at this point. No idea.
Let me just glamour plate, dispel, and go. And then I'm gonna hit New Gridania and see how much.
200 each. So turning in one piece of level 80 green gear should get you about 2, 4, 6. So about 4
Ah,
for a piece of gear. can also get them for, if you do PvP, you can get them from wolf marks.
Uh-huh.
And apparently you can also buy them for bi-colored gems.
Uh-huh.
But only in Shadowbringers.
Only in Shadowbringers. Good to know. Since for those who don't want to travel back to the source for that, then there needs to be a source. Hmm.
Yeah, glamours used to be a lot more annoying. Apparently before 3.5, it was, there were 5 grades of each kind of glamour prism.
Yeah, that's what a Calamity Soldier has in exchange.
And when I started playing, each type, there was various kinds of glamour prisms, one for each flavor.
Ah.
So I didn't bother glamming much. And they just crunched them all down into one.
And they've made it more useful over time.
Uh-huh. Much closer to the transmutation charges in Guild Wars 2.
And I'm guessing also the same as transmogging in WoW.
Transmogging started coming out in WoW around the time I quit playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played WoW in ages. And even then, I've never played on official service. I wonder if I'm gonna go ahead and edit this down. I am wondering how much time is actually cut out if I cut out all the waiting periods between when we queue and when it pops.
Bare minimum, I would cut out... Yeah, cut out all the waiting.
Yeah, but I wonder how much time that would actually... Like how much that would actually shorten the video. At least my audio is working again for the stream, because guess what? I came to the realization yesterday that my VODs for yesterday and Friday didn't have game audio.
Beautiful.
Yep, they didn't. My audience didn't hear a damn thing. Oh, hi Matt.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm done. That's-
Yeah, just so you, I should have marked it that I'm live on stream.
Oh, don't worry about it. I always help expected whenever I see you in your own channel.
Yeah, it's why I'm intentionally going for a separate I intentionally go for a separate channel.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
We're
No, it's
doing-
perfectly fine.
We're doing
As long as I'm
Eden.
not being a Debbie Downer to your stream, it's all fine.
Yep. We're currently doing Eden. We're currently queued up for E7N.
7 already. 7 is iconoclasm, right?
Yep, Iconoclasm.
Good luck with that one. Going in blind,
It's
right?
currently raining in the empty.
Oh. I can't remember
Yeah,
the story on it. It's been so long.
Let's see. First you arrive.
Yeah, that's
you...
the fight with all the little birds. That's really fucking annoying.
Everything birds.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I'm I'm being quiet about it, but
You'll figure.
you
You'll.
like
You'll.
you guys don't know me
Yeah,
spoil anything, right?
They first restore water, then earth, then they do simultaneously. Then they do lightning, then simultaneously fire and wind. Meaning now
Fuck.
Meaning now they have one more element that needs to be restored.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
But first, we got interrupted.
Oh, the struggles of having a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah, I heard it going a bit wobbly.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get that LE mode to work, because apparently I can still talk and have decent audio quality that way, but yeah.
It
I don't
depends
know.
on the phone and what codecs it has.
Duty just popped.
Ooh, good luck. It's not on the phone. I'm currently on Windows, and I had intended to play my Final Fantasy VIII while just chatting shit, but
Network.
it's but the headphone itself is on LE mode. Windows does have LE support, but it's probably a driver thing. Can't be asked. Guess I'll just deal with inferior audio quality. One could listen to Kenna and his deep deep voice.
So many of them. But nothing we can't handle.
But
Let's see how much I remember of this one.
let's see how many times I go down.
Well, I hope your party is bad at this fight, so you can't really like look at them and follow their movements.
Empty wave.
Let's see how good your brain is.
Somebody knows what they're doing.
And we got a paladin with that sword and shield, baby, running the.
Let's watch you suffer on stream.
Void Gate.
Oh damn.
Fuck that up.
Damn, you're supposed to know this fight. What's going on?
Hey, I don't know.
It has been a long time.
Haha!
Yeah, I fumbled that one.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
To remind you, I don't know this fight.
Yeah, I came in here looking for blood. What do you think? Now you're thinking in portals.
Now you're thinking with portals. Good luck. Stack, 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 stack.
Don't
on
stack
me.
them both.
Don't question Pete like that.
There goes a half.
Yeah.
There goes most of the fucking party.
We're done.
And reset.
Oh
I actually tried to. I saw what they were doing. I tried to run out of it and run away in time.
Before light party now.
I got distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I stop talking?
And stab it. Yummy beam attack. Words of motion. Outside first, then inside. You are moving, Black Mage.
Now the game is teaching you the two colors, portals exist. Speedy things go, speedy goes out.
The power of spin. Even then odd. Oh wait, that's right. First blue, then red. Well, there goes one of our healers.
I trusted you.
Right with thee. False Twilight. Stack, 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 stack.
Yes.
Uh-oh. What's the entire thing with this?
Good luck.
Do I need to balance it out?
Goes.
Ah. Yep. Gotta stand in the opposite alignment.
Yep. Yeah, the game isn't always very clear about that.
Get a phone call, talking in person, get distracted, die.
Where did it go?
Let's hope they think smart enough to bring them together. I think they want to. Don't going to. That's silly. Oh well. They're gonna get hit.
Nope.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, no, it's like. What aiming at was not safe.
Look, I know I'm gonna get hit if I stand in the damage puddle if I am when it disappears.
Okay, that the game 3 above 2nd of shot.
Down you go. Now, give me shield. Give the shield.
Power!
Gotta love passage of arms.
Now comes the fun part.
Uh-oh. It's puzzle time.
That's what you have learned. That's how big the ring.
Stand in blue.
Huh?
I did figure it out. I figured out that mechanic.
Most people don't second coming to your color switch. Ah,
Somehow we managed it. Last 10%.
yeah.
We got this.
This fight used to be a lot harder in the day.
There was a let me guess, rebalance in 6.1.
I think the arrow adjusted power creep, and I think some job probably having too powerful get for the level with it.
And that's game.
Works.
GG. Gone. Yo, is that Meteor? And comment the other white mage. And I'm gonna deafen up because it's time for dialogue. The interior is secure. If the Aether's gone, I thought that Gaia might show some sign of improvement. But she hasn't so much as stirred. The Sin Eater's drawn to the Oracle of Darkness, just as she herself was drawn to Eden. First and foremost among their kind. She's still unconscious. She won't wake up. What do we do? What do we do? We prepare for what comes next. Uh-oh. What is this place? Where is everyone? Everybody's. So I'm all alone. Even the fairy is gone. Endless silence, endless darkness. Is this what death feels like? It's no use. No one can hear me. How ironic. All those times I wanted peace and quiet, and now that I finally have it, I wish I had someone to talk to. I thought I couldn't stand to be around them. All their interfering and fussing, and yet I was never lonely. But it's no use. Even after everything we went through, my memories still won't come back. There is no future awaiting me, only emptiness. Those memories, they can stay lost forever. If only this pain will leave me. Uh-oh. Now I close my eyes and sink into darkness. Then I'll suffer no more. Gaia! Mother, Father, wake up. Understand now. Why wait for tomorrow to claim us? Gaia, can you hear me? Perfect moment. This perfect moment never has to end. I'm not giving up on you, Gaia. Say something. It's Reen! It's Reen! What do you want? Please, I'm begging you. Remember all the things we said we'd do? Like going to the second serving for coffee biscuits. I never... Gaia? She's awake. I never agreed to anything of the sort. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about you. Do you have to be so loud? The fairy fell silent, only to be replaced by Reen's voice ringing through my head. I never thought I would be so glad to hear it. We still don't know exactly what happened, but at least the danger is past for now. Though Gaia hath regained consciousness, I surmise that it shall be some time before she is fully recovered from her ordeal. Whatever that thing was, it was able to control a vast swarm of sin eaters, much like Vorfrey. Then again, it's clearly nothing like a light warden. In any case, it's gone now. I just hope it stays gone. On thin ice. Gaia's recent ordeals have left her rather more subdued than usual. You've all gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've delayed you for long enough. Please carry on what you came to do. I'm glad you're back to your usual self, but how are you feeling? Much better now, but something's still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream, and a stream of memories rushed through my mind. I don't recall anything like this happening before, and I'm not sure what it all means. What sort of memories? Can't make any sense of them. They were only brief flashes seen through someone else's eyes. At least that's what it felt like. Minfilia, that is, the first Oracle of Light. Once served Hydaelyn as the word of the Mother. If the Oracle of Darkness is her counterpart under Zodiac, then we had best prepare ourselves for the worst. Aye, the knight's return did tip the ethereal balance towards activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power in the first. Having thus roused, he then did fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by darkness, Gaia. Marked or no, Gaia is still her own person. Everything all right? It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about that all that for now. There'll be plenty more time to think it through once the last element's restored. If thou believest thyself well enough, then I see no reason for delay. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalization of ice. Shiva then. Crazy, as the only one here to have actually seen the primal, perhaps could you describe her for us? She and the great worm Racefelger shared an unbreakable bond. To find a kindred spirit in such an ancient and fearsome creature, I can hardly imagine what sort of a person she must have been. The long since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration to Azel, whose method of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus was she moved to dedicate her being to that selfsame cause. 'Twas this devotion that granted her the power of a primal. So she was able to control it herself. Not getting any funny ideas, are you? Just thinking aloud, that's all. Anyway, we'd better get going. Our journey leadeth to a great glacier situated in the northernmost region of the Empty. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. It's time to draw out the ether. I was thinking. That I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Shiva. Are you insane? Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is the most strongly aligned to light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities as well as Eden's to draw it out. So that the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. I cannot claim to be in favor of this stratagem, and yet the primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. The inherent advantages are undeniable. Absolutely out of the question. Have you forgotten what Kinesi does to the primals we summon? I'm not about to stand by and watch as she and Reen beat the tar out of each other. In any case, the ether only returns to the Empty once the creature's been slain. Though it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably, there's a safe way to disperse it, but it's still far too risky. I thought you had more sense, Reen. It's not as bad as it sounds. Were the deiform entity as volatile as the primals we have previously summoned, it would be logical to assume that, in her role as Reen. As conduit, Reen would be hard-pressed to retain control. Kinesi would have no recourse but to defend herself by any means necessary, else her life be forfeit. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please, I've got to try. I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. You never had to take risks like this for the other elements. Eden possesses almost infinite power, but what would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like other sin eaters, it would undo all of our hard work. Tis a disconcerting eventuality, and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that even if we realign the elements, things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the empty in our place. I'll channel the ether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If it all goes wrong, then what? I know this all sounds like I'm taking a leap of faith, but it has been a gamble. Every step of the way. There we go. We've managed to come this far because of faith in ourselves and in each other. I have made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear. But what say you, Kinesi? I'll hold back as much as possible. Reen, I suppose that if you've got your heart set on this, there's no point trying to dissuade you. Just don't do anything reckless, is that clear? As crystal. This is going to work, I promise. I'll make sure of it. For all our sakes, I certainly hope so. Because if the primal takes over, it'll be fine. With all of you by my side, I know whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us? I hope you're not including me. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. It's enough just knowing you're here. Anyway, I've decided to take a leaf out of your book. I do what I want, when I want. I've made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. Oh, it actually tiles nicely. So, this is how much it means to you. Here we go. Memories of Shiva envelop your mind. I don't know how, but I can see her too. This might actually work. Eden's verse, Refulgence. It's E8N time.
Keeping.
It's happening. Time to fight.
All I can say is don't peek. Perf.
Don't blink.
Don't peek.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm actually planning to have the camera high. Just slightly above just more pointing down at the arena than behind the character.
Yeah, this one's a fan favorite.
Aha.
Did you guys see Siri Murray at FanFest today?
Hmm? What?
One of our members, Siri Murray, was at FanFest today during the cosplay fest.
I haven't kept an eye on that.
Too bad.
I was watching
Dressed up
Formula 1.
as her own character, as a warrior, so it's really cool to see. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it back. Anyway, average wait time is saying less than 5 minutes, but I don't... Oh. It was less than 5 minutes.
You know, I was almost a lie. I think it always starts with less than 5 minutes because that's just the default. And if there are no players in queue whatsoever, then to go on. So I'll also say less than 5 minutes.
I mean, yes, it...
Upon the power of Shiva.
It only shows a different time if there's anyone actively in the queue. for
Oh
the same
no,
thing.
here goes Reen.
Oh.
Wait,
They
she's
already popped?
striking the actual pose. It
Oh,
actually
you already popped?
It already popped.
Good luck.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No! She's lost control! You've got to stop her!
We gotta beat the shit out of her, I guess.
Just a friendly joust.
Fools. You would stoke the fires of conflict.
Brr. Good lord, that's a lot of us.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Such impudence!
And turn away in time.
Resplendent ice, grant me strength.
My dress?
Shatter!
Back.
Shall freeze!
That's a knockback.
Yep. And the black mage failed it. Oh, the black mage actually
No, they were.
disconnected.
Those were already. Yeah, they already were down.
And they're disconnected.
Shatter!
Get behind her. And yeah, get away from her.
light shall usher in peace.
No, it won't.
Such impudence!
Yeah, I was already too late, and oh no, I'm on 4 Vuln sacks.
I'm flying around, Mr. Krabs.
Tranquility must
Behind
be
the
restored
tank.
to the land.
Wait! Wait a second. Ow. Uh-oh. You have prevented a flood of light.
Speak up!
Got license.
Arena edge, arena edge.
Oh, in.
Ow.
Light consume you.
Soak towers, soak towers. Behind?
I don't know.
Impudence!
Close in. Over the portal. Oh. Shit.
Maybe I should stream to Discord so we have less lag.
Splendid. Grant me strength.
Ah!
Shatter.
Come on, I dodged that.
I can dodge it.
My ping's terrible, that's why.
Driving frost. Yeah, not much action. Yeah, escape is gonna be hard. No, it won't. What do you mean 1.1%? Don't tell me we have a final active time event.
Such power.
Of course.
I can't.
Yep, active time maneuver, I think. The entire party has been frozen.
The light. It's too much for her to bear. Ugh, she won't last much longer. Enough of this. Power of darkness, answer my call.
Oh, never mind. It's just Gaia that lets us loose. Shatter the icicle, damn it.
Damn this light! Damn it all!
Shred the wall, shred the wall.
Give up! Not on my future. Our future. I want to see what tomorrow will bring.
Thank you.
Trouble in Paradise 1. Kaboom!
Yeah, you're in.
Ring. Wait a moment. There we go, back to normal. Oh, this time the focus is on Gaia, who collapses. That's different from usual. Up, there we go. Oh, there's the loot. Okay. Reen. Oh. I'll go deafen again.
Yep.
You were there. I heard you. What happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? No, she's gone. But Gaia. What? That hammer matches your dress. Wait, what? I see you're back to your normal idiotic self. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we could take it with us. Ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. Well, if you say so. Anyway, it might even make a nice necklace. It's a brilliant idea. Wilt thou not rush to her aid? Perhaps I'm getting slow in my old age, but it would seem Gaia's beaten me to it. To think that she would be the one to break the ice. Ahem. They may have gotten off to a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. is that a hint of melancholy I'm detecting in thy voice? Something akin to a pining mother bird whose chicks have flown the nest. And here he realizes. Father bird, if you don't mind, but you're not entirely wrong. Still, when the day finally comes to say goodbye, it heartens me to know she won't be alone. Oh. Mate, perhaps I haven't played Final Fantasy VIII. After that, we can go to the second serving for coffee biscuits. Fine, you win. And if they're anything less than perfection itself, I'll never let you live it down. Oh. If they're not to your liking, there are plenty of other things to try. I suppose we both deserve a little treat after all that hard work. We certainly do. Aww. There we were, laughing as if we had not a care in the world. Fleeting though it was, in that moment I was content. But my life was never meant to be so simple. Oh yeah, there's an entire third rate tier go to be explained. I've had my share of close shaves, but that was terrifying, to put it mildly. I can only hope the end justifies the means. I let myself get a little carried away, but I was definitely the one controlling my powers, not the other way around. Even so, I hope I never have to use them again. Ice, being the most naturally aligned to light among all elements, did interact with Reen's innate gifts in ways unforeseen. Were we not graced with the timely appearance of the Oracle of Darkness, I fear that this tale would have ended somewhat prematurely. So sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. But we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So without further ado, let's return to the camp and admire our work. There's dirt. It's life. It's life. Hey, who lit the campfire? Feels like I'm witnessing the miracle performed by Minfilia 100 years ago all over again. The rapid propagation of flora appears to be limited to the intersections of ethereal channels, as per our earlier findings. Nonetheless, 'tis cause to rejoice that the seeds of ether have quickened in the barren garden that is the empty. All this greenery. It's far more than I dared to hope, but I can't help but worry that it's too good to be true. Life finds a way. Reen is ecstatic to see the first signs of greenery in the empty. Hey. We are making good progress. Let me check something. Good, the VOD is being recorded properly. Oh. Reen is ecstatic to see the first signs of greenery in the empty. There we go. More. I can feel all of the revitalized elements working in harmony. I've always believed Eden had the power to restore the empty, but I never expected it to happen so quickly. I never did get the hang of summoning primals correctly. Judging by Fangred and Uriange's reactions, it seems most of them were barely recognizable. Far be it from me to worry, but are you sure your memory is alright? Though thou hast grasped the basic principles of summoning, it bears repeating that such deiform entities are not the product of the memory alone. Nay, myriad other factors contribute to their corporeal manifestation, in a process not unlike the techniques employed in creation magic. I wonder if the effects from the rebalanced ether will spread to the rest of the empty. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with a rest. I must say, Reen, it's refreshing to see you take a more measured approach for a change. Well, if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that I shouldn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned that there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you freed me from Yulmore, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out of their way to help me. Though that I should do everything in my power to repay their kindness and make the world a better place. But now more than ever, I realize there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't control such vast amounts of ether. If Gaia hadn't been there for me, I might never have returned to normal. I could say the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare, but you freed me. Seems we're more alike than I thought. We might not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, then we can face our problems together. If you don't mind. No, it's fine, really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objections to staying around. You mean it? Oh, thank you, Gaia. Nah. I shrug. And they're talking. May I suggest we continue the conversation in Amaret? Though the empty may now support the foliage, the land normalization have but begun, and to linger over long still entail of risks. Is aught the matter, Frank? Nothing you need worry about. Let's go. Quest accepted. This is more a yapping quest then. Since we have done the trials, we've done the reads. Gaia? Off to Mortsuk, are we? Can't say I care for the place. The marketplace reminds me of you more. But instead of fine delicacies, they peddle. Well, I don't know what they are exactly. What I do know is they're far too wriggly for my liking. Our encampment remaineth in its present state for our anticipated return. I cannot help but wonder how the land may change in our absence. To think that Reen is the same girl I rescued from Yulmore. Compared to the way she was back then, the difference is like night and day. Before we do anything else, we should report to Yarford. He'll want to know how we've been getting on in the empty. Speaking of Mortsuk, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. Can't describe it, it looked squidgy. Despite a strong suspicion that I live to regret it, I'd like to try one. I think I know the one you mean. They might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps we could also try a pot of those jellied wigglers, or whatever they're called. I'll even let you take the first bite. Oh no, thank you. First coffee biscuit, no worms and jelly. Heavens forbid the two of you might actually eat some proper food. Kinesi, may I ask a favor of thee? Whilst Thancred and I return under the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I would have thee accompany Reen and Gaia to Mortsuk. Life finds a way. I'm looking forward to showing Gaia around the Crystarium. Well, we'd better finish our work here first. We're going to give this Maud Fair a try. Although I should probably shut my eyes when I do, and my nose, come to think of it. I trust all is well, Miss Gaia. I will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I shall scream. Terribly sorry to hear that the accommodation was less than satisfactory. I'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post-haste. Yes, I think we'll be staying in Mortsuk, at least for the time being. Might take a while for me to write the report, as our expedition was rather eventful. Kinesi, I really appreciate everything you've done. I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through. Still fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Alright. Now how about that treat we promised ourselves? They might not have coffee biscuits here, but I heard the Wiggler cakes are to die for. Or was that you'll die from eating them? Only one way to find out, I guess. And another shrug. I'm sure trying the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. And hopefully we'll have another chance to visit the empty to see how things are coming along. And don't even think about leaving me behind. The offered is the bearer of tidings of some description. Good news, or at least it has the potential to be good news. I've received word from Master Urianje. Unfortunately, the message was rather thin on details. He requested that you return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for important meetings, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. And now to unlock the next. Now to quickly just skip through this cutscene to unlock Savage. Actually, no, I don't need my chocobo. I can just take a teleport to the Crystarium. I have plenty of gil. So, that was the second part of the Eden raids. I'm gonna drop out of the call now. Good night. Destination. Pray accept my apologies for calling thee hither at such short notice. The matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Reen's been telling me about? These are words best delivered in person. Something happened to the empty. Not that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and propagation of flora continues apace. So what's this about then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the Source. However, unlike Kinesi, Thancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remain upon the Source, though the thread that binds us from them doth grow weaker with the passage of time. If you stay here too long, you might never be able to return. Precisely. Now, with the wheels of change in the empty set in motion, we believe this a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. Thancred. It hardly seems worth losing your bodies over, though. If you have to go back to your own world, who are we to stop you? Oh, I always knew this day would come. You still have Gaia and Kinesi. I know that you'll see this through to the end. Together. We will. I may not be half the woman Mephilia was, but I have friends I can turn to. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times. Or prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Just promise you won't transform into a crazy ice lady and try to kill me again. Now, I can't say what the future might bring. No doubt Reed and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the fairy are yet to be solved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers that thou seekest or nay. Lend not thine ears to its honeyed words, for thy will is thine own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand. Yet know that, no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. With Urianger and Thancred set to leave the first, it seems wise to share this development with Yarford, who will continue to oversee expeditions into the Empty. Which means back to Mortsuk. And I'm also going to take the time to disband the party. You're back sooner than expected. Is everything alright? Yes, Thancred and Urianger are actually... Oh dear, that's rather unfortunate. I dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck, wherever their work may take them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, and make the necessary provisions should any further forays into the Empty be required. Safe travels, Mistress Kinesi. And I think that's about where I'm going to leave it for today. Now, to find someone to raid. Laters. You know what, let's say hello to Denmo, who's apparently doing housing tour. Good night, everybody.